Hi, and welcome to Your Future, Your Finances. This segment is all about personal finance and overcoming triumph. We have some great guests for you. I'm your host, Brian Kuhn. Our first guest is Sue Rogan of the Maryland Cash Campaign. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So tell us a little about yourself and the Maryland Cash Campaign.
Oh, sure. So I'm the Director of Financial Education at Maryland Cash, and work with a great team of people to provide the programs that we're going to talk about. But I guess personally, just learning about finances, wasn't taught in school, no one taught me at home kind of thing, learned everything the hard way, and then got certification and training in it. So I really have a passion to bring information to people so they can help themselves financially.
And the Cash Campaign it's a nonprofit that's statewide?
It is. We're a statewide nonprofit, and CASH stands for Creating Asset Savings and Hope. Hope is, I think, our favorite part of that name. And we work with our partners across Maryland to provide programs and support policies and different things that help build the financial security of individuals and families in Maryland.
So what do you do with a typical person that goes into the program?
So we have a lot of different avenues that we try to help people. One of them is advocacy. So our director spends a lot of time with elected officials to educate them on what are the needs of the folks that we're serving, who are primarily low to moderate income. So she works on different legislation to help, or again, educate legislators on what we need. And then we also work with our partners to provide different programs such as VITA, which stands for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, and that's free tax services for individuals and families who earn under $54,000 a year. So that we serve in different 18 jurisdictions in Maryland. And then we also provide financial education and financial coaching and then services to some specific populations.
In tax, there's a big thing called the Earned Income Tax Credit. That seems like that's a big buzzword. So what's that?
That is really a tool that we use and really support. It is a tax credit that helps an individual who is working but earning low wages. And so depending on the family size and the income, it can really mean a large return in their taxes when they do that during the tax season. And it's very helpful to people to either have that chunk of change to pay down debt or to increase savings, or just maybe sometimes people actually buy a used car with it, and that's able to, then they can get to a job and maybe get to, increase their education and just have some more options to it. So we are really big supporters and advocates for the Earned Income Tax Credit. There's a federal one. We're very lucky in Maryland to have one. And here in Montgomery County, it's the only county in Maryland that also has an Earned Income Tax Credit.
So all three, there's three different ones?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah, there are. And it has a big impact on a person's bottom line.
So you do tax preparation. How many families? How do you find the families? How do they find you?
Well, and so again, we partner with a lot of great organizations across Maryland. In Montgomery County, we have great partnerships here with the Community Action Agency, that's part of the local county government, with the City of Gaithersburg through their Bank on Gaithersburg program, and through a local coalition that we help to create and support, which is called Cafe Montgomery MD. It stands for the Coalition for the Advancement of Financial Education. So this is a local group that's come together, whether it's county government, nonprofits, individuals, just volunteers who are working here locally to help people in Montgomery County through classes, through financial coaching and different services. So they do a lot of outreach to get people to understand that this free service is here and it's available in Montgomery County, and the services are provided in different areas of the county. They're down county, up in Gaithersburg, Wheaton, so people have a lot of different convenient ways to go get the free tax services.
That's great. And then there's something else you do called the Cash Academy.
Right. The Cash Academy is a website that lists all the free financial education classes that are taught in Maryland, and a lot of which are in Montgomery County. And what it's meant to be from the consumer standpoint is one place that they can go find fact-based, non-biased, no one is selling them anything in these classes at all, and they can go to the class, get the information they need on a bunch of different topics, whether it's creating a spending plan, understanding what makes up your credit score. There is a new one that we have now called Getting and Keeping Your Ride on the Road, so it's all about cars. And it's actually taught by former Montgomery County Consumer Protection investigators who are also certified mechanics. So again, it's all just fact-based information. If anybody has any questions about anything around their financial health, they can go online, register for these classes, and come. They're all free. They're all in person. We screen the educators, screen the curriculum to make sure, again, that it's a safe place to come learn. It's hard to figure out where to learn about money. You know, again, we don't learn it consistently in schools or through families. So Cash Academy.
Why is that? I mean, not that our segment is on that, but like, do you work with teachers? Do you ever work with?
Absolutely,
Okay.
right. And we actually have a partnership through Cafe with Montgomery College. So all the first-time student loan borrowers, before they get that student loan, come through a curriculum that is taught by Cafe volunteers and ourselves. So we definitely work with teachers. The public school system has a set of standards that they need to meet. By the end of third grade, a student will know this. By the end of eighth grade, they will know this. So there are some things in place. It isn't necessarily a standalone course,
Yeah.
which again is why we're providing the safe space that people can come learn all the different things they need to know around their finances through the Cash Academy.
Okay. And you do financial coaching?
Yes, this came out of our classes where people said, you know, hey, that was a great class. I really learned a lot, but I'm not really sure I'm going to go home and create that spending plan that you just taught me how to do. You know, I kind of need somebody to check on me, make sure I'm really
Right.
doing this, and really to support me. So if someone can come to a class, get the information and go, that's great. But if you need that kind of extra support, we now have a financial coaching program that's called My Budget Coach. That is an online tool where the coach and the member being coached can meet together once a month for up to 12 months. They can meet in person or online. They can swap it up. You know, if it's bad weather here in Montgomery County in February, we want to meet online, they can do that. Meet in person in April, that's totally fine. Each month they will go over their expenses that the person has made. They will track their budget and they will set financial goals. And we have seen such great progress with people
Yeah.
participating in this program. It's been wonderful to see all the goals that people have met. Creating emergency savings is the top goal that people set. And of the people that are
That's
participating.
the top goal.
That's the top goal.
Yeah, talk a little bit about the goals that people set.
Right. So emergency savings is one, which is awesome because, you know, as you well know in the work you do, having that cushion really relieves the stress. You know, if a car breaks down, I've got some money to fix it, or an appliance or something.
Yeah.
So emergency savings was the top goal. People also set goals around financial record keeping, just trying to make sure they're paying their bills on time. You know, when things are coming in, how do I make sure I track it? Also set some goals around starting a small business. So there are a lot of different goals. Anybody can set any kind of goal they want to, and the coach is really there to provide the support, the motivation. They don't tell the person what to do, but when the person says, gee, I really want to work on my emergency savings. I want to start saving $100 a month. Okay, we're going to check in on that every single month, and halfway through the month, I'll send you an email. How are you doing? Do you have the $50 so far? So kind of really that support and the celebration when they do meet their goals.
Yeah.
So it's a real partnership between the coach and the member.
Fantastic. Well, we got to take a break. We'll be back. We'll pick up right where we left off. We're talking with Sue Rogan of the Maryland Cash Campaign, and we'll be right back. You're watching Your Future, Your Finances.